Welcome to the 44th edition of Make Pro Wrestling Majestic Again. I am Tiger Height. And this is semi-translucent peanut gallery.
This is amazing. I should wear this shirt every single time we do this show.
Yes,
now.
Peanut Gallery has it's a green, this is my fault, it's a green Bigfoot shirt.
It is, so that's the green. And obviously, because it's a green screen.
he's see-through.
So if you want me to do weird poses, let me know.
Right.
Like while I'm doing this.
Let's talk about Elimination Chamber.
Oh Lord, here we go.
I am going to say overall, it exceeded my expectations, but I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing.
I mean, I can take my shirt off.
No, let's not do that. Keep the shirt on, please. All right, let's talk about our first match. Goldberg versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Champion. McMahon got his jerk-off sesh out of the way. It was better than I expected.
No, it was terrible. It was a terrible match.
It was terrible, but
Goldberg,
it was better.
Goldberg bled in like the first 2 minutes of this fucking match. It was terrible.
I legitimately don't even know where.
On top of his head.
No, I don't know where within the match that he got hit on the top of the head to have him bleed.
Who fucking cares? He probably got it at Denny's or something.
Thank Christ this is his last match on his contract. And he actually did announce that he was done after this on social media.
God.
But yes, Roman Reigns obviously won guillotine choke, clean victory. At least McMahon,
whatever sort of
at least McMahon got his jerk off sesh out of the way.
Again, so here's the thing about this show is that we actually got every single prediction correct. Besides the SmackDown tag, but they actually had to cut that match because of time.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
They had to cut that match. That's why they did what they did.
Oh, I didn't know that. So we won't even bother covering that because there's no point.
There is no point.
Right.
Although, yeah, look at this. Look at how...
Anyway, Reigns won, still champ, hooray. All right, so let's make this shit majestic again. We're starting with a match that was on the pre-show, but we didn't watch the pre-show, so we're not going to cover it.
So the only thing that's going to save this is Logan Paul, which is what's going to happen at WrestleMania. Yeah, Logan Paul is going to be teaming up with The Miz to face the Mysterios.
I wouldn't hate that.
It's Logan Paul, though.
I know.
Logan Paul is breaking into all the combat sports and doing their shit. I don't know. It might be good if Logan Paul's more like Bad Bunny. It might actually be decent.
I'm gonna be optimistic about it.
I don't know.
I'm gonna be optimistic. I know people hate Logan Paul because of what he did to boxing, but it's like, okay, who's drawing other than fucking Logan Paul in boxing right now?
No one is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like WWE. No one is drawing in wrestling, and not in wrestling, in WWE. No one is drawing in WWE other than people who are part-timers or celebrities.
Right.
There's no draw.
There is no draws. And unfortunately, I mean, Rey Mysterio would be a draw if they didn't book him so poorly.
And then the same thing with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is facing off against Johnny Knoxville, which is actually pretty much confirmed for WrestleMania this year as well.
I'm not going to hate that because at least they built a rivalry around it.
It's not because of Sami Zayn, it's because of Johnny Knoxville.
Right.
Johnny Knoxville's going to sell his tickets. Same thing with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Kevin Owens. No one's going because it's Kevin Owens. Do
you know if the Zayn Knoxville match is for the IC belt?
It's not.
Okay.
It's just going to be a match.
Oh, okay. So anyway, let's go to the next one, which we actually talked about. There was
no reason for this match.
There was legitimately no reason for this. I would have rather had the SmackDown Tag Team Title match than this match.
Or you mean the tag team? The
SmackDown Tag Team Title match.
Oh, you mean okay, yeah. So like, not the women's match, but just
instead of this nonsense, which didn't even have to happen. They should have had the SmackDown Tag Team Title match.
Oh, you know the only reason they did this one was because of
Ronda Rousey. I'm aware of why they did it. Don't confuse what I know of in making this majestic again. We're making this majestic again. That's our fucking job. We pay for the fucking place that we live in based on this.
Yes, I'm telling you, that's terrible.
Yes. It was terrible because it didn't have to happen.
Also, the SmackDown Tag Team match would have been terrible too.
At least there was a rivalry. They hodgepodged this shit to get Rousey in there somewhere. That was it. They did not need to do this. The match sold itself. And the thing with Sonya Deville and Naomi, it's done. Naomi beat her already. What's the point?
They're going to be facing each other at WrestleMania, I think.
It's stupid.
I know, it's stupid, isn't it?
Maybe if Sonya Deville was... You know what? Maybe the Stalker had the right idea. Anyway, so... I do not condone that, by the way. That is literally just satire. So,
It was great to see Alexa Bliss, my bae, in there.
She did very good, too. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, she still has a stupid little on-the-swings weird gimmick. I mean, if you continue to jerk off to that, Chris Hansen's going to bust through our door here in a hot fucking minute.
Now, hold on. She is of age.
I kind of want. I kind of want.
Maybe she likes to role play as a toddler.
We're gonna have Chris Hansen be a guest on this show at some point in time. For
maybe she likes it for role playing. I don't know. We'll have to ask the wrong Ryan about this. Because it should have been me.
You just like how I strategically had a drink at that point. So I'll be honest with you. As an overall premise of the match, given the circumstances, I wouldn't have booked this differently.
We all know who was going to win this match.
I know. But the thing is that everybody within the scope of this match had a credible reason. The match itself was structured, paced, and fought really well. And I think it actually did a benefit overall to the women's division post-WrestleMania.
Bianca Belair twirl her shit around way too much.
You think so?
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, I could see that.
She's starting to rely on her hair way too much.
The problem is she didn't use it. She needs to start using the hair. Now, I understand that she has to hold onto it to do certain maneuvers.
It was just terrible.
She needs to start using.
She was showboating to the Saudi royals really hard, man.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Rhea Ripley probably would have been a better winner?
No, Rhea Ripley sucks.
You're so negative.
Rhea Ripley has the charisma and the
what are you talking about?
Gimmick of a ham sandwich.
Did you watch the same match that I did? Rhea Ripley is one of the best acts that they have right now. Period.
No, she doesn't sell like Bianca Belair does, because Bianca Belair is.
I know, but in comparison to anybody else on this fucking thing, who else?
Nikki Ash sells as well as a bologna sandwich.
I'm pretty sure I can poop out something that sells better. I mean, at least Liv Morgan is showing more and more of how good she is.
Yeah, but Vince McMahon, well, I don't know. She's blonde and she has big boobs, so I
she doesn't have big boobs. I mean, she's hot, but I wouldn't say that she has big boobs. Know.
She's got maybe C's. Anyways,
we're in the mind of McMahon. We are not misogynistic.
This is Vince McMahon. He is misogynistic. 85-year-old.
I think if you've watched WWE for more than 3 seconds, you know why we talked about that.
Yes.
Let's talk about this. Other than that really scary spot, and
Madcap Moss should be nowhere near a ring.
What are you fucking? You're insane. What are you talking about? He needs to get rid of the stupid gimmick, but other than that, I think he actually is fine.
I want to see him with a Laugh Factory without the McMahon script, because I think he can.
I think he could do something good.
Really good jokes.
I think he has. I think there's a personality there.
That man has a future in comedy.
I think he does. I think if he was anywhere else, he would be in such a better position. Oh, God, period. Yes. Honestly, he needed more seasoning in NXT or something to get him really into that position.
Also, why? Well, I mean, Drew McIntyre is.
Drew McIntyre can pull off a good match with fucking anybody.
The problem with Drew is that he's in a really awkward position because he's not as good as Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. And Vince McMahon has no capability of building a new star.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with Drew, and I'm going to say this to the day I die. Drew McIntyre won the WWE champion at the worst possible time. It was a no-win situation when it came to the COVID pandemic. I can almost guarantee you that if it was a regular year in 2020 and Drew McIntyre had the reign that he did, we would see a much different Drew McIntyre.
Right. But
I think he was just a victim of circumstance.
But again, Vinnie Mac likes to rely on the people that.
Once again, it was not for the sake of trying, and I think Drew McIntyre is a draw. He just won it at the worst year possible. Because keep in mind, he won the Royal Rumble and had all of this momentum in January.
That's true.
Of 2020. We didn't know what was going to happen in March.
Well, maybe they should have thought ahead.
You couldn't.
Just giving you crap.
Do you think every fucking company should have a global pandemic thing?
Well, I mean, I do. Anyways, never mind. Let's move on. Next
do?
match.
We do? Anyway, this was a jerk-off sesh. I'm not offended by it. We knew who was going to win. It was
all right, let's move on.
Do you have anything else to say, really?
Nope. Same with this one, jerk-off sesh.
Well, same with this one, but once again, replace the Ronda Charlotte match with this match, and I'm going to be a little more compelled because at least this one had seasoning. They had matches on SmackDown. There was stuff here.
But, you know, of course, the Viking Raiders have about as much charisma as
It's not their fault.
I know.
This is WWE's fault. War Machine was the hottest act in tag team wrestling, period, in 2018.
That's true. That's what I'm saying is that they have the charisma these days of spoiled milk. They suck. Anyways, let's move on to the next match.
They suck, not to their fault. This one honestly exceeded my expectations. Oh yes, let's talk about Becky Lynch. That needs to stop now. Okay, here's the thing. I'm just gonna let Peanut Gallery in.
I thought you were gonna hit me.
So, here's the thing. So, I'm just gonna mute him for now. So. There, are you feeling better?
Bing, 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 bing.
So, Becky Lynch is a good seller, but if she only did this, like, what am I gonna do? That's it. Instead of, it's not necessary. It's so not necessary. Now she was like one or two actions. That's fine, but not this. It doesn't.
She's terrible at selling.
It's really bad.
She never has been good at selling, and she's terrible.
She used to be so much better. She's going.
No, she's never been.
She's going too far. She's overcompensating.
Well, yeah, because apparently she cannot wrestle. I mean, come on, something's wrong. She can't sell very well.
I wonder if she's doing this on purpose because she just doesn't care.
Maybe because she's almost immune. Maybe WWE should release her.
Yeah, let's send a message. Do better.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well, you know what? They're not going to. You know why? Because she sells them merchandise.
She does. She's a draw. That's the thing. Becky Lynch, even now, she's a draw.
Right. She just wasn't a draw to Saudi Arabia, so they had to bring Lita out of the grave.
Right. Now, okay, to Lita's credit, she did okay.
Yeah, she did.
Now, if Lita had... Now, I even told this to Peanut Gallery. All she needed was, like, one or two matches, like, right before the show, and we would have been talking about a much different match. Mm-hmm. Because as the match went on, she was getting better and better and better. But she just needed an extra little, like, warm-up match. Even just like a 5-minute, easily digestible match. Like a tag match even, where she got involved. She just needed to break off some of that ring rust before this match. We would have been talking about a much different match.
Anyways, move on to the next match.
But that's really all it needed to happen.
Yep.
Chamber. I wouldn't have done anything differently, to be honest with you.
No.
With Lashley and the shoulder injury, I think that was the safest way to do it, where they kept him strong.
Of course, Brock Lesnar had to win. I mean, if you chose anyone but Brock Lesnar to win, then why did you even attempt
Now, if WWE wanted to be something crazy,
they should have had Riddle win.
That would have been awesome, actually.
Riddle versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship.
That would have been the talk of the wrestling world.
It would have been, but they're not going to because WWE wants to play safe.
They don't want to take that risk.
They don't
and
want
it's like,
to.
why not? And you know what would have happened? It would have been Randy Orton, Riddle at WrestleMania. That's what people want to see.
Oh, I know, and that's what WWE was planning.
Have the Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar match for the Universal Champion, like one night, Riddle, Randy Orton the other night, and then have the title unification the second night.
Right, or whatever. But, again,
WWE wanted
that would have been my option if in an ideal world I would have had a surprise Riddle WWE Championship.
Yep. Even if they wanted to put it on AJ, fine, cool.
Well, AJ doesn't have a credible rival in front of him.
That's true. And at least with Seth Rollins, they could do a churn with Kevin Owens and have Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens for the title of WrestleMania.
They're not going to do that, though.
I know.
I think Riddle would have been the surprise.
I think Riddle would have been a surprise
because
Riddle obviously has the talent. He has the charisma. Mm-hmm. No matter what you say about him in his previous personal circumstances, he's still popular with people.
Right. Anyways, that's all I have.
Majestic. And yeah, that was it for Elimination Chamber. So, when we come back, we're talking to Peanut Gallery. And Peanut Gallery, speaking of Chamber, what are we talking about?
Well, we're going to talk about the system of class in Saudi Arabia and the crowds therein.
Yes.